Cookies, what are they? Would you like one? I made them specially. In fact, I overcooked them, and can you hear how hard this is? This is burnt, but still nice. Anyway, I baked these especially for this video, so with a little bit of an ulterior motive, I do like a cookie. What are cookies? It goes back to the 1990s, I think, where software needed to transfer information from one application to another. So it's kind of been adopted on the internet on different websites where a bit of information is put on the device that you're using. So it could be a laptop, it could be a phone or a tablet, where a cookie is put wherever you browse on the internet, each website they go on, that cookie is used and then accessed the information from there to find out, oh, you're commenting a lot about cats on Facebook, and then you go onto another website and it's, oh, cat products here. This is what cookies are. But it's a little bit exploratory. What's the word? Not exploratory. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a little bit intrusive, because whatever you do, the website that you go on knows where you've been. It's a little bit spying. So as you know, when you go on a website, especially in the last, I think since 2017, where the GDPR thing really hit. But the thing is, there's always been data protection in the UK, probably in Europe, not so much America and other countries, but they're catching up. So this is potentially personally identifying information that you give consent to the website to access or give you cookies. So when you go on a website, unfortunately, they don't actually give you a real life cookie. Fortunately, if they did, it wouldn't be as hard as, oh, look, I've got, whoops, chocolate on my head. Fortunately, when you go on a website, when it offers cookies, do you accept cookies? They don't give you a really hard cookie like that, but it is putting that information on your device to say, is it all right if I put this information on your computer, on your iPhone or your laptop or whatever, to say, I'm tracking what you're doing while you're on this website. Is it okay? That's what a cookie is. What is a cookie? That is what a cookie is. And that goes back to the 1990s, possibly the 1980s. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then that was transferred to the internet. So what does that mean for your website? You must, by UK law and many other laws in many other countries, have a cookie consent law, or a cookie consent notification, a little message come up on the website that you go on it. You first go on that website. So you go on polyspiral.com and it will say, are you all right with cookies? And you can have options of accept, deny, and options. So accept or deny is acceptable. So deny means you can still browse that website, but it can't put cookies on your computer or whatever device you're using. Accept means, yeah, do it. I don't care. What do you do, by the way? Just comment below. Do you accept them or you deny them? I usually just go accept because I can't be bothered with all the denying stuff. Some websites, they give you a whole load of options, and I'm not sure they actually need to, but your website must have a cookie consent notification to let people know that their cookies will be going on their computer, on their device, and tracking what you're doing. And that counts for if you've got Google Analytics set up, other third-party things set up tracking what people are doing. Even if you don't have that, by law, your website should have a cookie consent notification. So if you don't have that set up, get it set up. I have one on my website, and I'm going to all the websites that I host and making sure that they all have them on, and all the new websites I build, making sure that they have the proper cookie consent law. But make sure your cookie consent notification says accept, deny, not just accept. What are they? You have to have a deny option, accept or deny option. Yes, you would be breaking the law if you don't have this. Is it enforceable? I don't know of anyone in the UK yet that's been sued for not having a cookie consent policy. It'll probably happen. But what does that mean for your Google rankings? For example, Google and Bing. I always mention Google, but we're talking about search engines. So there's obviously DuckDuckGo, which you probably heard about. There's Bing, there's Google. And these are all the search engines that you need to think about. Will they rank you lower if you don't have a cookie consent policy? A cookie consent policy is not a ranking factor, but I know Google, and I'm sure the other search engines do this as well. If your website doesn't have the proper bits and bobs, SSL certificate, accessibility things, and in this video, the cookie consent policy, it may rank you lower. It might go, well, this website doesn't have a cookie consent policy, and there's this website that's exactly the same, not exactly the same in content because it will do you for plagiarism, but is as good a quality, but this one doesn't have a cookie consent policy. It will almost certainly rate that one lower. So it's kind of a ranking factor, but it's just making sure you've got all your things done for your website that you need. Your cookie consent policy is one of them. So make sure you have your cookie consent policies set up on your website with access or deny. No, thank you, I don't want a cookie. Actually, I do. I'll dunk this one in tea and make it softer. But if you've got any questions about any of those things, comment below or private message me or visit my website at polyspiral.com. Always happy to help.